Hello everybody, this is Kyrix with more This Week in Kyrix. This is for the week of Wednesday, July 29th, 2020, and it's being recorded on that day. I was supposed to record this Monday, so that it could be uploaded Tuesday, so that it could be ready Wednesday. But I was really sleepy Monday, and Tuesday night didn't have the time, because I wasn't off Tuesday, I was off Monday. I was supposed to be off today, but I actually had the boss switch my day off from Wednesday to Monday because it finally occurred to me that rather than wait amidst a worldwide bike shortage for a cruiser to come in that I could afford to ride to work, I could take that money and fix my old bike that's still in the garage. So yeah, I basically Sunday got him to take Monday off for me and put Wednesday on. Walked my ass up there, turned in the bike. They're ordering a part for me from California. It's en route. I should have it ready in a week or two. So that's a thing. Also, my teeth hurt. I need to brush again soon. So, near as I can tell, the talks about stimulus. What, Winky? I need this hand, sweetie. I know you want petted, but I really need my hand. Winkles is one of those cats that will grab your hand if she's not done being petted. And she's definitely not done being petted. But apparently the coronavirus stimulus is going to go through. And in order to get some concessions that they want, the Republicans are apparently thinking about agreeing to the Democrats get... what's it called? The weekly thing. Oh, that's right. That's where I left off, collecting all this meat. And it actually worked. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have meat. Let's eat some meat. Is this one whole tribe? Just like 6 monkeys? Damn. No, give me meat. I'm gonna eat my meat. Just like a nibble, so they'll all eat. So I'll eat it roughly the same time. Apparently my meat is spoiled. Wonderful. Shit, I guess. Food poisoning going on. That's lovely. More meat. Nope. Yeah, I think some of this meat is spoiled and I don't care. We're just gonna deal with it. If we killed it, we're gonna fucking eat it. Oh, I just realized Betsy's sitting on my shoulder. That's kind of cool, actually. So yeah, we've got this fucking treasure trove of meat over here. I have been playing a lot of Ancestors for the documentary. I'm currently 11 videos in because I restarted again. That's how I do. I made myself sick again. Don't even care. We're gonna eat all of this goddamn meat. These animals died for us. We're going to eat them. Plus it's good for some shit. So I have actually confirmed a thing that it doesn't matter how many evolutionary milestones you hit, you cannot go beyond a certain point in each. Like, you can get to the point where each of your evolutions will result in a new form, but you can't skip one. So even if I get enough to basically go straight to the second form, that is to say the second evolutionary form and not like the one I'll turn into next. But like if I get enough that I can skip that one and go to the next one, I'll just go to the one I'm supposed to go to next, and then I have to evolve again. So that's it. So by this point I've only seen as far as the second evolution. I picked up something. Oh, it's good. Eat your mate. Come on, monkeys. How can you eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat? So, yeah, I've been playing a lot of this game lately, and I'm really loving it. And that's good, because I was so excited about this game, and then I played a little bit, and I stopped, and I played a little more, and I stopped. And then I got the documentary idea, and that has really gotten me to play this game. And I love this game. It is absolutely as good as I hope. There are things I wish were better in it. Like, I wish there was more shit you could do. Because it's gotten pretty routine now. Like, there's really no animals I'm afraid of anymore, now that I've managed to kill everything I've come across so far. Killed the eagles, I've killed the saber cats, all three of them. I've killed the hippos, I've killed otters, etc. There's nothing I've run into that I haven't been able to finish. Now, apparently elephants are going to be trickier, but I can still take them. You know, if I'm smart enough. And I've gotten this down to a science. It's basically, get 6 adults, breed 6 babies, you know, get your evolutions where you want them. Lock down 6 traits, or 18, or whatever. Lock down the traits that you can with your babies, and your meteors and shit. And then, you know, change generations, and then do it again until each adult and each elder, or all, basically until your adults and elders all have mutations, even if they don't all have them. But, like, make sure you've got at least one elder with a mutation, at least one adult with a mutation, and then evolve. It's pretty textbook, you know, once you get the pattern down. And, you know, then you evolve, you repeat the whole cycle. First thing you do is breed. Second thing you do is, you know, explore a bit. Because if you overcome your fear of the unknown, then you will, you'll get like a full bar, and then you can evolve some more. So it's a pretty easy game all in all, but it's still fun. And I wish there was more to it. Like, I wish you could make more weapons. I wish you could hunt instead of just counterattacking. I wish the fucking saber cats would leave me alone. Because apparently they spawn in if you stay on the ground. And that's what it all this fucking meat. Every last goddamn bit of it. We're all done eating. We're gonna come and we're gonna drink a buttload of water. No, don't lay down. Drink. Thirsty Chippy. Now, I had a really good day the other day. And it's not going to sound like a good day until you realize how I operate as a person. And it's actually 2 things. And, again, I'm not the kind of person who believes in karma or the universe doing shit and all that. But if I were, then I would have to say that I would think the universe is set up in such a way that people who help people are set up to help more people. Because I've noticed that whenever I help people, it turns into a shit. And part of that's just my personality, but I love to help people. Because that is my absolute joy. I enjoy helping people. So the other day, I'm getting ready to clock out of work, or I am clocked out, and I'm getting ready to leave. I'm getting stuff at the self-checkout. Because if you love yourself and if you love your cashier, you use the self-checkout. This is coming as someone who works with cashiers. They want you to use the self-checkout. But anyway, I'm in the self-checkout, and we're apparently also in a national coin shortage. So most of our machines, now all of them actually, you know, at the time, most of them were card only. And, one of my coworkers was stuck there, and like, is anyone around that can work the registers, etc.? I'm like, no, they're all away at the moment. They're doing them stuff. And she's like, well, crap, because I've got this stuff, and I didn't know it was card only. And it was $20. And she's like, well, I got the money, but I don't have anything on the card, so I paid for it, and she gave me the money. Simple shit, you know. Not that big a deal. So I'm off the next day, and I go to Save-A-Lot. Really? Well, I guess that wasn't the most nutritious food you could have eaten. I guess that makes sense. So anyway, I'm in Save-A-Lot. Don't you even start with me, pal. So I'm in Save-A-Lot getting my shit. Hold on a minute here. One moment. Sorry about that. I heard the roommate yelling and I thought he was yelling for me, but he was yelling at the television. Anyway, I'm at Save-A-Lot. In the aisle, or not the aisle, but in the register line, getting my shit kind of thing. And, hi. You're dead. So yeah, we're getting more meat. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Gotta love that that was censored. Meat's back on the menu, boys. So anyway, I'm in the line. I'm getting my shit. And I see this woman ahead of me, or not ahead of me, but standing next to me, and she's got this little steak, just little itty-bitty piece of meat kind of thing. And she's gesturing, and I'm thinking, oh, she wants to go ahead of me. She's got one thing. She sees I've got a cart full of salt soda. The salt was for my floor, the soda was for me. And she wants to go ahead of me. I'm thinking, okay, no big deal. She can go ahead of me. She's just got one thing. Turns out what she wanted was, once I turned my headphones off, she wanted to know if I could spare a couple bucks, because she only had like $3, and the cheapest meat they had was this little steak for $5, you know? And she's explaining it like this is all they have, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, if you want a steak, I'm not going to begrudge you a steak, but I also do believe that that's all they had, because I've shopped there before, and their meat isn't necessarily the best selection all the time. So it's entirely possible that all they have is that little steak as far as meat goes. And she's like, I've got like $3. I just need a couple bucks. I'll give you this if you'll pay for it. And I'm thinking, okay. So I take the steak from her and I tell her, she tries to hand me the money. I'm like, no, I've got this. I'll get this for you. I will just buy you this steak. And so she's like, oh, okay. And she's got money left, so she wants to go get a little pouch of Kool-Aid. And I'm thinking she's going to come back with like one of the tanks, but she's got a little, you know, like a 20-cent pouch, and she tries to hand me the change for that. And I'm like, no, I've got this. So I get her steak, I get her Kool-Aid, I get my bags, I bag up my stuff. I bag her Kool-Aid and her steak in a bag by themselves. And she comes over, I hand her the bag of Kool-Aid and the steak, and then I pull the $20 out of my pocket from the night before and give her that too, because she allegedly is out of work. She worked at like Steak and Shake and she got laid off. And I'm thinking that I know how much it sucks to be broke, and I know how much it sucks to ask anyone, like friends or family even, to help you get food. But to come to a stranger and ask them, hey, can you give me a couple bucks so that I can have dinner tonight? I'm sorry, that's a certain level of desperation, and I'm not going to begrudge you. You know, if you need something that badly that you'll ask for it, I'm not going to fight you over it. You can just have it. I will give it to you. Free of charge. That is yours. It belongs to you now, you know? You know, you are entitled to that from me as a person. And part of me is, you know, giving me the message in my head that, hey, this could be, she could be scammed. And I dismiss that anyway because I don't care. Because my mindset is, I would rather be scammed out of a couple dollars. Because again, she was only trying to get a couple. I gave her the rest. I would rather be scammed out of $2 or $3 by someone who doesn't need food. You know, just to lose that $2 or $3, than to deny a legitimately starving person money, you know? And again, she didn't even ask me for the 20. She didn't ask me to buy her that, like the way I did, free of charge. She didn't ask to buy the Kool-Aid. She tried to give me the money for both, and I didn't take it. And I handed her the 20 bucks. She didn't ask, like, hey, do you have some money I can have? She just wanted a stranger to help her out with $2 for a steak. And she left that store with a steak, some Kool-Aid, her money in her pocket, and an extra 20 bucks that she didn't come to the store with. And that's just who I am. And that's who I want to be. You know? I mean, if you're not willing to help people, what have you got, really? I've got a bunch of hungry monkeys, but that's just me. Hungry monkeys armed with bones. Right, every monkey eats your meat. But yeah, to me that's a good day. And keep in mind, when I did this, this is me after missing 3 days of work. Because, oh yeah, I missed 3 days of work that week. And I don't mean 3 days off. I mean I had my days off and I missed 3 days of work. I worked 2 fucking days out of 7. Out of a possible 5 work days that I was scheduled for, I showed up for 3 of those. And if we were on a point system right now, which we're not because of COVID, but if we were, I'd be fucked. Because that would have been my job, right there. Well, not right there, because I called in. That would have been 3 out of 5 points. That would not have reflected well on me. But what it did do, because we're not on points, is it did fuck me financially. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm going to make shit happen as it is. And yet I still managed to help this woman with her dinner, her drink, and, you know, give her some money so that she doesn't have to ask for money quite so soon next time she wants something. You know? Because that's just how I am. That's just who I am. And like I said, that's also who I want to be. I mean, I want to be the person who gives a shit and helps people. That is my goal as a person. And that extends into work, where I actually... I've taken time, like, earlier in the week, I had this guy shopping, and he wanted to get some stuff for his kid's birthday party. And his English was okay, but he wasn't very confident in speaking it. I mean, I've gotten pretty good at picking up through people's accents working at Walmart. And again, his wasn't bad. So. But he was trying to get the message across that he wanted, you know, candles for his kid's birthday. He wanted balloons that said happy birthday, and I got him glow-in-the-dark ones, actually. And rather than just a candle, I got him this little light-up number 3 that a candle could sit in top of. Because he was briefly looking at the 3 candle, you know, the big number 3 candle that you burn. And I told him, don't get those, that's kind of a waste of money, because you use it once and then it's just done, you know. Alright, every monkey get a bone. I'm gonna help myself to this here stick. Actually, no, not this stick. This is a stick. I want a sharp stick. I need to defend myself from some predators. Oh, right over here. Perfect. We'll go here. So yeah, I have started... Shit. I haven't started shit. I have started watching Markiplier's playthrough of Alien Isolation. Because after some careful consideration, I've given up on the concept of a blind run of that game. Because I recently downloaded some DLC of that. Fuck, that hurts, Betsy. And the DLC of it, just playing a couple minutes, scared the living shit out of me. And it occurred to me that, hey, I'm not very good at this whole horror game thing. So, rather than subject myself to that and possibly fail, I'm going to watch it, see how bad it really is, and then go from there. No! Stupid monkey. got some deep. Alright. So you're safe. Everybody gonna eat. Even though we've all been getting our fair share of food lately. So yeah, that's been pretty good for me. I'm probably going to do at least the DLC of Alien Isolation, but I make no promises. Honestly, I don't, because I really do doubt my ability to not puss out of that entirely. Oh, as a fun little side note, I have been watching Lucajin do some commercials that she's been watching. Is he going up to that fucking what's it? Oh, yes he is. Okay, cool. Good for you. You found your own bone. I've been watching Lucajin watch commercials, and one of the commercials she watched was... She watched a lot of the Teddy Ruxpin toys, which I actually had... I know I had Teddy. I think at one point I had Grubby, but I think it might have also just been that I wanted Grubby as a child and never got him. But I know I had Teddy. And I knew a couple other kids who had him too. But, one of the other things she saw was the Teddy Ruxpin cartoons commercial. And for some reason that got circulating in my head, so I watched the first episode of that yesterday. And it is actually, for its time, really witty. Actually, I was a little surprised, like, at how sarcastic Grubby is as a character. And the thing that really blew me away was the world building, you know? Like, Grubby's not just some caterpillar or something, he's got a name. And Teddy Ruxpin isn't a bear, he has a name for his species. And little shit like that just kinda... It's really cool to me now, as an adult. The idea that there's this whole world built up, and all these types of characters and species, because a lot of things would have just passed it off as, oh, he's a talking bear, that's just what he does. No, he's called, I think it's called an Iliop or something. Grubby's not a caterpillar, he's an octopede, and shit like that. It's just cool that they have that world building, you know? And I'm kind of looking forward to watching the other 64 episodes, because it was a full-on series. Part of me vaguely remembers that it existed as a child, and I'm pretty sure I watched at least an episode or two. But it's really hard to... That's right, this isn't the documentary. I can skip that. But yeah, it's really hard to parse out what I did and didn't see. Because that's the thing. As a child, I seem to recall watching all these episodes, and then I watched something and realized I only ever watched one. Like, I remembered, like, oh, Mysterious Cities of Gold, I watched this a lot as a kid. And then as I'm watching it, I'm like, wow, I only watched one episode ever. Just remembered it really well. And Dino Riders, I thought I'd seen like 3 or 4 episodes plus the pilot. No, I'd seen half of one episode on the pilot. Which amazed me because I was fascinated by that whole concept, and yet I never watched the show. And I know I never watched it personally, but apparently it never occurred to me to have my grandmother tape it either. I don't know, maybe that was so early on that I didn't have Grandma taping shit for me. She would just... Because there was a while where she just taped shit that she thought I would watch. Which is how I ended up with shit like Mapletown. You know, which... I actually kind of want to go back and watch that someday. Because I saw the first episode as a child. And it is the most butt-ass boring thing I could comprehend as a child. But again, now I'm into world building and all that shit, so maybe now this whole slice of life, being in Mapletown thing might just do it for me. Alright, I should look for stuff. I want to see if we got some basalt. I'm probably going to unlock one more region, and then I'm going to just evolve. Well, there's a hole to poke, but I no longer have a stick to poke in the hole. Speaking of which, now we're in unfamiliar territory. Which again, this is just so easy to deal with. It's just like, oh, let's just explore everything. And as long as you've been... Oh, there's some mud. As long as you've been diligent about learning all the new types of stuff, which there's an example right there, something I haven't learned, then it shouldn't be an issue. Well, let's find out what those are. Otters. What's this? It's probably a berry. Like an elderberry, maybe? Oh, I'm good. I don't know. Part of me was convinced that those things were poisonous? Oh, I fucking know. Maybe we lost our immunity to toxin as we evolved. Who knows? It's been known to happen. Also, I figured out that if you follow the particles, you get to the conquer zone. So yeah, one thing we're gonna do right fucking now. Not here. Where does this? Okay. Now I've learned this shit the hard way. We're gonna drop this. Take this away from you. Put it down. Take this away from you. Put it down. Everybody put it in there. Pile of mud. 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 And last but not least, pile of mud. Now we all pick it up. Because if I tell them to pick it from the source, they won't. Then we all apply it. Like so. Yeah, important life lesson of ancestors. Never underestimate the stupidity of a monkey. I'm going to give this to you. Very important in a minute. That's wrong. And we're gonna trade. And now we're gonna go over here and find this. I do still have my rock though, right? Yes, I do. Good. That's important. That is incredibly important. God, these fucking warthogs are everywhere, man. I hate them. About to say, as long as this isn't Croc Island, and then I'm thinking, wait, I've done Croc Island. I'm like, no, that was the documentary. So yeah, if this is Croc Island, we're gonna nest on that island. We're gonna evolve. Because I'm not dealing with swimming back to that shit. But I don't think it's Croc Island. I think it's something else. Oh, Jesus. Shit! Perfect, we got a new oasis to play in. I'm just hanging on nothing. Like, how the fuck am I doing this? What do those elderberries do to me, man? They gave me superpowers. I'm Spider Monkey. Evolved into something new. This is actually really nice. As oasis go. Yeah, I did shelter over here once. I think I might have even settled it. I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, this looks like a good spot. Really? Fucking really? Really? Okay. Snow clusters are usually a good source though. Okay, where do I gotta go? That way? Sure, we'll go that way. Let me get a stick. I'm not doing this unarmed. Actually, let's go one step further. We're gonna set up right over here, actually, on this. So the problem is figuring out which powers I have on this monkey, on my main monkey, and on the documentary monkey, because I have 3 different sets. So yeah, this one still needs all 4 plans. My main monkey only needs 2, and the documentary one needs 3. So we're gonna evolution here. Because I'm full up, so why not? We're not gonna evolution, actually, we're gonna charge up. I don't think I've generationed at all yet. Almost shortly, as soon as I look at the time. See, the funny thing is, it's actually really easy to do generations and whatnot. We're gonna settle. I'm gonna find my way back in a minute. We're gonna... Nope, didn't mean to... Oh, okay, we're gonna do that. The welcoming clanmates thing. We're gonna... Hold on, clan up. Everybody, come on. We're not done. We got more shit to do. So yeah, it's actually really, really easy to, I guess I must have left a chunk of my clan back home. That's been known to happen too. That actually happened in the documentary once, where I had, in the original, well, the second draft, because I'm on the 3rd draft now. But in the original draft, it was done. What happened was I had... Oh, I have generations. Interesting. What happened was I had somehow left one of my elders back at the original settlement and missed them. Which is why I'm now super careful to grab everyone. Oh, apparently settling here erased that. Oh well. And, in the process of doing that, I had been on Crocodile Island and gotten the monkey I was controlling killed, and immediately switched over to the baby, and so... Are you a breeder? You are. I'm gonna breed you. You're a female, and you're fertile, and you're not breeding. So you win. You win the genetic lottery. You're gonna be full of monkeys. Anyway, oh wow, he's all fucked up. Recall objective. Why is it all of a sudden these guys have objectives and no one else does? But anyway, what happened was it switches you when your monkey dies. You switch to the nearest monkey, and then you switch to a random monkey. And it switched me to one of my... It switched me to the elder I'd left behind, so I had to have her march all the way back there, and then, you know, she basically had a heart attack dodging a cat. And... So yeah, it's entirely possible that what happened was I just missed my monkey. So yeah, we're gonna evolution now. It's not gonna be impressive, but it's gonna be. I think it links to this. I knew it somehow. What the fuck does this link to? I apparently knew it before. Yeah, the fact that I have these little circles should show that. Yeah, this should... Why is that not working? Okay. Only 4. So we're going to do all those. And this one. Those are important. So we're going to just... Generation now. Going to skip the cutscene. Now here's the cool thing you can do. If you have babies, I'm not going to do it here, but if you have a baby on you, you can go to one of these dead ones and do the analyze plan, you'll get a bunch of neural energy back. So what happens is once you've bred, you can get that and then just immediately go into the next one if you want. And we're actually going to evolve. So now it's going to start counting down all the, well, not all, but basically all the various shit that I've done. And each one's going to add a certain number of years. Some, well, not some, but if anything died, and by died, it doesn't mean like, oh, clan member dead from generationing. It means if I get someone killed while playing, which I think I've done, then it will subtract points from me, and every birth will add points, and so on. And our goal is to get to the modern era, basically. Or to a certain point. Apparently this was imagined as a trilogy, and I hope it gets to that point, because this is a really, really good game, and I really want to see it succeed as a franchise. Because evolution games are just cool in general. And this is a pretty cool one, even amongst that genre. I could probably skip this, but why? But yeah, originally my plan had been to just get all the stuff and then just evolve all the way. But now I know that's impossible, so I may as well evolve, you know? But one thing that has come up for sure is that when we get the stimulus, if we get it, and it's very likely that we will, because both the Democrats, the Republicans, and even Trump are pushing for a version of it. It's just a matter of them getting to agree what's on the table, and everyone wants checks to go back out to people. And if I get that check, I'm definitely getting the PlayStation VR. Mostly for Star Wars Squadrons, but other games as well. And I will be recording a couple of them. So, we'll see how that works out. Like you will see me playing Bridge Crew, you'll probably see me playing my version of Until Dawn. I might do my final run-through of RE7 in VR. I will definitely do Squadrons, though maybe not in VR. It depends on if there's a single-player thing to it. It comes with the Iron Man game, I'll probably do that, you know? Also, I've recently teamed up with Eisen to do a run-through of both Chroma Squad and Game Dev Tycoon. I own Chroma Squad myself now. I also own the Knights of Pen and Paper 1 and 2 and Galaxy of Pen and Paper. And I might do a playthrough of that with the guys. I just have to get the mechanics of it down. Oh, that's a lot of dead monkeys. That's right, I had a full tribe and I fucked them all up. So yeah, that was a net loss of time. I probably didn't evolve. Nope, I evolved. Now, the fun part about evolving is any mutations you had in your bloodstream when you evolve, that is to say, any elders and adults that maintain them, are now active and permanent. So you permanently have those. So now we gotta do the first thing. First things first, gotta find all the babies. Gotta round them all up. Round up all the babies. Actually, first things first, let's figure out what the fuck we are. This almost always acts as a freebie unless you've been really diligent in your exploring. We are in Head of Stone Oasis. I don't think I've ever seen this place. So this is new to me. Gotta round up all my monkeys. I better see arrows over everybody's heads. And part of the reason for this is because sometimes when you evolve, you will begin with monkeys. Not with monkeys, but with babies. And it's very important to find those babies because A, they're really, really easy to kill and eat. They are the popcorn chicken of this game. Even more so than, say, the mambas and the otters, which go down in one stick slice. But more importantly, that's less breeding you have to do and points you can immediately start gaining. The other point of getting everyone right together is you gotta do your breeding right away. Because if you don't have at least 2 babies, you're not gonna get very far at all. Oh, this is a new monkey. Hello, new monkey. Would you like to be our friend? We have an opening in our tribe. Okay, you sound poisoned. You got a coconut around here? You could probably use a coconut. I think that's a coconut. That is a coconut. I recognize that. It's a fucking palm tree. Be right back with your coconut, good sir. Or madam. I can't tell. What am I? Girl. Okay. I'm you. One thing I don't like is they recycle all the names. Like, you'll run into lots of wags and rats and whatnot. Also, monkey butt. So much monkey butt! But then again, part of me kind of likes the idea that Wag is just a generational name. Like, I named you after your great-great-grandfather. Why was he named Wag? We ain't got tails, mama. Don't ask questions. Rest. Climb. Give me that fucking coconut. This ain't worth the bullshit. Except it totally is. Right into a fucking saber cat. I can taste it in the air. I don't like that it's really not stable to set up in trees. And I like even less the fact that the thing that stops saber cats from spawning is you being off the ground. Because it's next to impossible to always be off the ground and still having a society of any flavor. How did I not snap anything? Also, stupid me. There's a palm tree down here. I could have climbed instead. I'm gonna test this just because it's dumb enough to actually work. Can I smack these fuckers together? I should totally be able to smack those together. Alright, I'm gonna need a rock. A rock? It's totally a rock. It's a shitty rock, but it's mine. There are many like it, and this one is mine. Yeah, he done got himself a terrible piece of food poisoning. Fucking python, really? Scare that motherfucker away. You're mine now. Give me this thing. Give me that. I'm gonna get rid of it now. So yeah, that's a new monkey for the crew. Any other new monkeys? Fucking kidding me? Motherfucker! We set up in a horrible neighborhood. Now I gotta find some reeds. Or some mud, but we never start near mud. Why am I looking this way? I need to look this way. Is these what I need? These are... Yes? No! Do not have any. That would be tragic. Means I gotta go through a less efficient source. No. 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 Very interesting. No. Definitely not. Too hard. Alright, let's try this. Perfect. That'll do. Like I said, less efficient because they're harder to get, because I gotta actually go after them. I always prefer horsetail leaves because they're so abundant in most of the places I choose to settle down. Whereas these sometimes are just not available. Like, the right trees don't always happen, you know? Alright. Switch hands. Alright, where's my injured monkey? I got some weird shit you can rub in your wounds. Alright, let's just sit still, look at all my monkeys. One of my monkeys is hurt. It's not you, you're just cold. It's you're the hurt monkey. Let's do something about this whole being vulnerable bullshit. Because that's not in my tree. So we're gonna swap these. We're gonna alter these. And then I'm gonna make me a sequence. Here's it. That's actually perfect. Cycads. I don't know why, but for some reason as a child it bothered me that cycads were extinct. Because I used to read about them in my dinosaur books all the time. Like, oh, dinosaurs love cycads, etc. And then finding out that psycads weren't a thing anymore just upset me as a child. Like, oh, I wish we still had them. I don't for the life of me know why. But it really upset me as a child. So yeah, now I have the metabolism thing open and I can start gaining the ability to eat shit that I need to eat. That's useful. That's a power I just always have now. And we're gonna swap this over real quick. Okay, we're gonna drop this. No, I'm gonna take this and drop it here. Everybody's gonna do the same. That is such a useful ability. And I used to overlook it in early playthroughs. That has made things so much simpler. And we're going to trigger evolution again, because this is how you autosave. And that's going to be it. And I'll see you all next week, everybody. Bye-bye.